Welcome the High English Learn Through Story. Literary quotes on wisdom, friendship, and adventure 1. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter, and the Prisoner of Azkaban. It is not despair, for despair is only for those who see the end beyond all doubt. We do not. J.R.R. Tolkien, The Fellowship of the Ring, 2. Courage, dear heart. C.S. Lewis, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Words are, in my not-so-humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter, and the Deathly Hallows 3. Even the smallest person can change the course of the future. J.R.R. Tolkien, The Lord of the Rings. To love or have loved, that is enough. Ask nothing further. Victor Hugo, Les Miserables 4. Not all those who wander are lost. J.R.R. Tolkien, The Lord of the Rings. We read to know we are not alone. C.S. Lewis 5. Fairy tales are more than true, not because they tell us that dragons exist, but because they tell us that dragons can be beaten. Neil Gaiman, Coraline. The world was hers for the reading. Betty Smith, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn Friendship. Quotes from Literature 1. Friendship is born at that moment when one person says to another, "What? You too? I thought I was the only one." C.S. Lewis. I would rather walk with a friend in the dark than alone in the light. Helen Keller. 2. There are no faster or firmer friendships than those formed between people who love the same books. Irving Stone. We are all fools in love. Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice 3. Some people arrive and make such a beautiful impact on your life, you can barely remember what life was like without them. Anna Taylor. The best mirror is an old friend. George Herbert 4. You have been my friend. That in itself is a tremendous thing. E.B. White, Charlotte's Web. No man is useless while he has a friend. Robert Louis Stevenson 5. I am glad you are here with me. Here at the end of all things, Sam. J.R.R. Tolkien, The Return of the King. A day without a friend is like a pot without a single drop of honey left inside. A. Milne, Winnie the Pooh. More Friendship, quotes from Books 11. It is one of the blessings of old friends that you can afford to be stupid with them. Ralph Waldo Emerson. What is the use of a book without pictures or conversations? Lewis Carroll, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland 12. Friendship is born of that moment when one man says to another, "What? You too? I thought that no one but myself." C.S. Lewis. You can't stay in your corner of the forest waiting for others to come to you. You have to go to them sometimes. A. Milne, Winnie the Pooh 13. A friend may be waiting behind a stranger's face. Maya Angelou. It's not so much what we have in this life, but who we have in this life that matters. J.M. Lawrence, 14. Friendship is unnecessary, like philosophy, like art. It has no survival value. Rather, it is one of those things that give value to survival. C.S. Lewis, The Four Loves. No friendship is an accident. O. Henry, Heart of the West, 15. Words are easy, like the wind. Faithful friends are hard to find. William Shakespeare, The Passionate Pilgrim. Only a true friend would be that truly honest. Shrek, Shrek. William Steig's original book, 16. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. Mark Twain. 'Tis the privilege of friendship to talk nonsense, and to have her nonsense respected. Charles Lamb, 17. When the snows fall and the white winds blow, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. George R. Martin, Game of Thrones. There is nothing I would not do for those who are really my friends. Jane Austen, Northanger Abbey, 18. A friend is one that knows you as you are, understands where you have been, accepts what you have become, and still gently allows you to grow. William Shakespeare. More Timeless Friendship, quotes from Books 26. There's not a word yet for old friends who've just met. Jim Henson, The Muppet Movie. If you have 2 friends in your lifetime, you're lucky. If you have 1 good friend, you're more than lucky. S. E. Hinton, That Was Then, This Is Now. 27. I am your friend Aang. No matter what, I will always be your friend. Jean Luen Yang, Avatar, The Last Airbender, The Promise. It's not what we have, but who we have. Winnie the Pooh, A. Milne, 28. Stay is a charming word in a friend's vocabulary. Amos Bronson Alcott. I got you to look after me, and you got me to look after you, and that's why. John Steinbeck, of Mice and Men, 29. You could always tell a real friend. When you've made a fool of yourself, he doesn't feel you've done a permanent job. Lawrence J. Peter. We 2 alone will sing like birds in the cage. William Shakespeare, King Lear. 30. Each friend represents a world in us, a world possibly not born until they arrive. Anais Nin. There are some things you can't share without ending up liking each other. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, 31. Some go to priests, others to poetry, I to my friends. Virginia Woolf. A snowball in the face is surely the perfect beginning to a lasting friendship. Marcus Zusak, The Book Thief, 32. It seemed they had always been and would always be friends. Time could change much, but not that. Winnie the Pooh, A. Milne. Friendship is the only cement that will ever hold the world together. Woodrow Wilson, 33. No one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of another. Charles Dickens, Our Mutual Friend. The language of friendship is not words, but meanings. Henry David Thoreau. 34. We were together. I forget the rest. Walt Whitman. He must have known I'd want to leave you. No, he must have known you would always want to come back. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter, and the Deathly Hallows 35. My best friend is the one who brings out the best in me. Henry Ford. One's friends are that part of the human race with which one can be human. George Santayana, 36. It's really a wonder that I haven't dropped all my ideals because they seem so absurd and impossible to carry out. Yet I keep them because in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. Anne Frank. The Diary of a Young Girl, 37. There is no surer foundation for a beautiful friendship than a mutual taste in literature. P.G. Wodehouse. The only way to have a friend is to be one. Ralph Waldo Emerson, 38. All for one and one for all. United we stand, divided we fall. Alexandre Dumas, The Three Musketeers. True friends are always together in spirit. L.M. Montgomery, Anne of Green Gables, More Beautiful Friendship, quotes from Books 51. A friend is someone who knows all about you and still loves you. Elbert Hubbard. We are more than friends. We are like a small gang. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Stephen Chbosky, 52. You have been my friend. That in itself is a tremendous thing. Charlotte's Web, E.B. White. Kindred spirits are not so scarce as I used to think. It's splendid to find out there are so many of them in the world. Anne of Green Gables, L.M. Montgomery, 53. If ever there is a tomorrow when we're not together, there is something you must always remember. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, even if we're apart, I'll always be with you. Winnie the Pooh, A. A. Milne, 54. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. Aristotle. A single rose can be my garden. A single friend, my world. Leo Buscaglia, 55. He's more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Wuthering Heights, Emily Brontë. In the sweetness of friendship, let there be laughter and sharing of pleasures. Khalil Gibran, 56. There is nothing better than a friend unless it is a friend with chocolate. Linda Grayson. We don't need to be related to be family. The House in the Cerulean Sea, T.J. Klune, 57. We were the best of friends. I'm not sure what happened. The Book Thief, Marcus Zusak. Life is an awful ugly place to not have a best friend. Someone Like You, Sarah Dessen, 58. When you can't look on the bright side, I will sit with you in the dark. Alice in Wonderland. Paraphrased from Lewis Carroll. Best friends are the people you can do anything and nothing with and still have the best time. Unknown 59. No friendship is an accident. The Fault in Our Stars, John Green. Some friendships are so strong, they can even transcend lifetimes. Avatar, The Last Airbender 60. It's good to have friends who know more than you do. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Rick Riordan. Maybe everyone can live beyond what they're capable of. I Am the Messenger. Marcus Zusak, 61. Friendship isn't about who you've known the longest. It's about who walked into your life, said, "I'm here for you," and proved it. Unknown. Sometimes home isn't four walls. It's two eyes and a heartbeat. Unknown 62. Friends are the family we choose for ourselves. Edna Buchanan. You should be kissed and often and by someone who knows how. Gone with the Wind, Margaret Mitchell. This one is romantic, but could be about deep affection. 63. You and I are a team. Nothing is more important than our friendship. Monsters, Inc. Friendship is like a favorite book. It doesn't matter how many times you've read it. The story never gets old. Unknown 64. A friend is someone who gives you total freedom to be yourself. Jim Morrison. Sometimes being a friend means mastering the art of timing. Octavia Butler, 65. True friendship is when two friends can walk in opposite directions, yet remain side by side. Josh Grayson, 81. I found out what the secret to life is. Friends. Best friends. Fried green tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. Fanny Flagg. You can always tell a real friend. When you've made a fool of yourself, he doesn't think you've done a permanent job. Lawrence J. Peter, 82. A friend to all is a friend to none. Aristotle. It's the friends you can call up at 4 a.m. that matter. Marlene Dietrich. We three? We're all alone in the world. The Three Musketeers, Alexandre Dumas, 83. You are my friend. That in itself is a tremendous thing. Charlotte's Web, E.B. White. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found one hath found a treasure. Louisa May Alcott, 84. You're the kind of person I want to be friends with when the world ends. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, Axie 085. There's nothing like deep breaths after laughing that hard. Nothing in the world like a sore stomach for the right reasons. The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Stephen Chbosky, 86. The only reward of virtue is virtue. The only way to have a friend is to be one. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Friends are relatives you make for yourself. Eustache Deschamps, 87. The greatest gift of life is friendship, and I have received it. Hubert H. Humphrey. Friendship is delicate as a glass. Once broken, it can be fixed, but there will always be cracks. Waqar Ahmed, 88. We have been friends together in sunshine and in shade. Caroline Norton. We didn't talk about anything heavy or light. We were just there together. And that was enough. The Book Thief, Marcus Zusak, 89. Never leave a friend behind. Friends are all we have to get us through this life, and they are the only things from this world that we could hope to see in the next. Dean Koontz, 90. A friend is one of the nicest things you can have and one of the best things you can be. Douglas Pagels. I suppose there's no friend like a sister. Little Women, Louisa May Alcott, 91. All real friendships are based on respect. Rick Riordan, Percy Jackson, and the Olympians. I don't want just words. If that's all you have for me, you'd better go. The House on Mango Street, Sandra Cisneros, 92. There are some people who arrive and make such a beautiful impact on your life you can barely remember what life was like without them. Anna Taylor, 93. Some people come into our lives and quickly go. Others stay for a while, make footprints on our hearts, and we are never, ever the same. Flavia Whedon, 94. A true friend is somebody who can make us feel better, no matter how bad things may be. Ralph Waldo Emerson, 95. When twilight drops her curtain down and pins it with a star, remember that you have a friend, though she may wander far. L. M. Montgomery. Anne of Avonlea, 96. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Latin proverb. We don't just get to survive, we get to love who we love. They both die at the end. Adam Silvera, 97. Friendship is the golden thread that ties the heart of all the world. John Evelyn. You see, I have a lot of friends, but none of them really know me. Looking for Alaska, John Green, 98. The best friendships are built on a solid foundation of inappropriate humor. Unknown. The greatest thing in life is to have a friend who loves you as you are. Unknown.